Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I'm back with another movie review. This movie was brought to me by BET Plus, and it's called Never Alone for Christmas. So let's get into it. It stars Mignon Vaughn. If any of y'all don't know, she plays in Sisters. That's Danny, Alan Maldonado, and Macy Gray. So let's get into it. I would actually like to say this movie was cool. It was a vibe. Like, I guess they had to go through what they had to go through so they could come back to each other, which was all fine and dandy. So Mignon, she plays Lauren, and then Alan plays Miles. And then she has this co-worker named Preston. He's like the head of the business. So Lauren works in advertising, and Miles is a veterinary technician. So I guess it starts off with Lauren on the phone talking to her mom, and I guess she's alone at Christmas, and she vows to like never be alone at Christmas. So it's like the next day or the weekend, whatever. So she goes out to the club, and she goes to the bar and sits down, see what it's like. Next thing you know, the bartender hands her this drink, and she was like, "Hey, I didn't order this." He was like, "Yeah, I know. It's from this guy." And up walks Miles, and he has another drink in his hand. So it's a spiked eggnog. Mind you, I've never had a spiked eggnog, but that joint looked good with a little cinnamon stick in the middle. Like, okay. So eventually, they started hitting it off because he's super funny. And he got her to laugh. So next thing you know, he was like, "Do you want to dance?" She was like, "I don't dance because I got two left feet." He was like, "That's okay because I got two right feet." Next thing you know, they started hitting it off on the club, doing these crazy dances. I'm just like, what is the word? Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah." So as the days and months go on, they start hanging out more and more and more and more. And they eventually put their money together to buy a house, because then after that, Miles shortly proposed to her, and after they've been engaged for some time now, they plan on getting married at Christmas, because they met around Christmas time, so everything was so geared up around Christmas. So they're now engaged, living in the same house, and things were going great until, I guess, Lauren got tired of all the funniness. Every time she tried to have a serious conversation with Miles, he would just laugh it off, say a joke. One day he woke up and he has like this alien mask on his face. So Lauren turns around in the bed. Next thing you know, she soccer punched him. He was just like, "That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny." I would have been upset too. Like, bro, it's a time to play, but you play too daggone much. Like, you just gotta learn when to grow up and be a man. Put your big boy panties on or underwear on. Like, come on, like, you play too much. So now, Lauren's at work. She's starting to have this crush on Preston. It's crazy because her boo and sisters is Preston. So now she got a crush on this man named Preston. Like, okay, she gonna never get away from Preston. So she starts getting this crush on him. Meanwhile, I believe her sister Dina was like, "Yeah, you should do it. Like, let him go." And basically, Lauren tells Dina that Miles is a little bit too much. He plays all the time. He don't know how to be serious. She was like, "But yeah, that's cool, no. But he's handsome. He's good and all that stuff." But like, yeah, I'm ready to build an empire with somebody. I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't know how to like be serious. Like, he plays too much. So eventually, them two call it quits, and Miles was kind of heartbroken. She was like, "You want to call off the wedding?" And they was like, "We got to figure out how we can call Appetite, because we just put our money into this house." So it's like neither one of us got money to just shell out and go somewhere else. So they eventually put up like the caution tape, so like half and half. But they should just left it how it is. Like, y'all already been doing it now, so why you gonna stop? But anyways, so after that happened, she didn't really tell nobody except for Dina. And she didn't want to go back to her parents because her parents love Miles. And she did not want to hear their face. So eventually, at her job, since the breakup, Preston offers her this position to do for the holiday campaign. And it's for Never Alone for Christmas more than just a friend for Christmas. So they put the with the help of Lauren, they come up with a dating site called reboundtolove.com, where it doesn't matter if you're a widow, single, whatever, you're going to find love for Christmas. So that's the whole purpose, more than a friend for Christmas. So they start going everything. Lauren also tells about her experiences, about, and she's going to try. So Preston and Lauren are the host, and they find three random contestants. They pair up, and, Miss Ramona is the person that she always thought she wanted to go to for Christmas. She finally gets to go because that's where the place is hosted. So they're there for the whole weekend up until Christmas, and they have all these events planned and whatnot. So when they get there, not Ramona, Preston and Lauren check into their rooms. She leaves out because she about to go knock on Preston's door to talk to him because she really want to, see where his head is at because she likes him. She goes back to her room. Next thing you know, Miles is there, and come to find out, they meet up with each other in the hallway, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What are you stalking my laptop or whatever?" And she was like, "First of all, no, my company set this up. This is my job. I'm working." So he was just like, oh, snap. He was like, yeah, I found someone. And, yeah, we're going to see how things go. So let's just say both of them were kind of like on the fence about each other dating new people. Because the breakup is like fairly fresh. So, yeah, as the days go on and events start happening, they notice and like they're jealous of the opposite person. It's just like, So I think it was like down to day 2. They did a mistletoe. This other couple, I think it was Claude and somebody else, 2 guys. They were a couple that they won the first challenge, so that was cool. Then the next one, it was like a relay race or whatever. Everybody else done got back to the house or whatever, and they was talking about like, where's Preston and Lauren at? And Miles heard that, so he was like, well, these parts of the New Orleans are kind of like crazy and people do stupid stuff. So eventually he went out and found them, and these guys were trying to mess with Preston and Lauren, but Preston put Lauren behind him, and he really didn't do much. And then Miles came out of nowhere with his reindeer suit on and was like, listen, you don't want to mess with me, I'm crazy. I'm a dude in the reindeer suit. He ended up punching one of the guys out because the guys were trying to get at Lauren, and that was not going to happen. So after that, Preston thanks Miles for that, but you can tell that Lauren was happy on the inside, but she had to play it cool because don't nobody know about the situation about them two. So after that, they get back to the place. Everybody was like, that's so cool. Let's send over some champagne for them. They did that while Raven and Miles had their little date or whatever. Preston and Lauren tried to, figure things out. Long story short, while Preston kept trying to push Lauren onto the winner's circle, meaning she had to cut out some of the stuff that she used to do in her lifestyle, like singing karaoke and stuff, and saying that's embarrassment. No, that's like, people know how to have fun and have a good time. Like, you want to be all Mr. Bored and old man, like, bro, let it get it together. So, long story short, Lauren realized that her and Preston was not too compatible as she thought she was. She was probably just thinking that because he's like level-headed and he's fine, that, oh, that's all that's going to work. No, it takes communication and stuff like that to work. So she said deuces on the winner's circle. Come to find out, Miles and Lauren started spending more time together, having some more serious conversations. They ended up having sex while they was there at the vacation, and then the next day Preston came to, check on her or whatever. And he could pick it up. He picked up on the signs, and he just wasn't saying it. So eventually she told Preston, like, Miles is my ex-fiance. Like, I didn't know this was going to happen. He happened to be one of the contestants, so that's how that stuff played out, because, technically it wasn't her fault. It really wasn't. So they got back on track. Preston ended up going dating Raven, which was Miles' girl. All the other couples, they found their love, and that was it. And then the following next year, they came back to Ramona's, where Preston and Raven got together. Lauren and Miles, they got married, and yeah, that was that movie in a nutshell. It was kind of very quirky, goofy, and like it really makes you realize and reevaluate. Sometimes you gotta take that step away from each other to realize if that's what you really want. And down the line, it showed that's what they really want. They was made for each other because like they bring out each other's goofiness without even really trying. So basically, Lauren quit her job and she works with Miles as the mobile pet service where they're offering healthcare for low income pet families. So yeah, that was cool. I really dig the movie. It was a vibe. Y'all can check it out on BET Plus. And if you don't got BET Plus, I guess you could wait until they put it on BET. So yeah, that was that movie in a nutshell. It was really, really good. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.